And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Let's go. Let's go.
A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Ready? Black, let's go. Flick, flick, flick. Do. Hey, shoot your football.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he finds Howard complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Round 80! Focus, defense, focus.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go! Say! Sponge! No!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. That's caught by Howard. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Now Allen. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check back, check back. Alert, alert, alert.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Benjamin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, 53-19.
Here we go.
Pass.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
3 down.
3 down.
Hey, foxtrot.
58, boys. 58. 58, Mike.
Let's make these babies cry.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this, though.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Off the play fake, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Ready? Black 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 44-yard line.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Check. 3, 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try the left side. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
At the 30-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Everyone got 4 down. Wait.
Winston. Short pass to Howard. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? 125. We got to get the ball. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 2-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Bud.
Hey, 58's the money. Go 58's the money.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
58, boys. 58.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Wait.
Here's Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
On 3rd down, Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12.
It's going to be a long day.
Now Allen operating from the gun. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Following the interception, Winston over the middle, complete. That's Howard. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check 99.
And they give this time to the tailback. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Falcons' 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. To throw is Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. To the air, Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, high 7.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
58, boy, 58, Mike. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that pass 85, pass 85. Get that quarterback.
From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Take it at the 37. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready. Black, we do that. Stay with your man. Shoot. Hey, stop.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And a Buccaneer first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's put that team on the bus. He's tripping, flip. Crash.
Now Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Winston now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
5 wide. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 58's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number one. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st down, Buccaneers.
Ready. 57 the mic. You don't know no better.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will make the lead now 26. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let him know, let him know.
And here's Allen. Going to throw again. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
58's the mic. 58.
From the gun, Allen got his man complete over the middle. It's Banks. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Allen now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Allen now looks to throw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen completes it to Benjamin. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
I got him, man. I got him. He's mine. 59's Mike. Check.
Allen now operating from the gun. Benjamin's got it.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. First down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Green, triple T. Where we go? Check. Okay. Spell. Where we go?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now on 2nd and 16. Winston. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Ready? White 25. Watch the slant. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Right back to him on first down. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? White 25. 57. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Cut his left. Cut his left. We got 4. White. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Let's go.
To throw, Winston. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch that.
They'll throw again. Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
At the 25-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Mike. 59. Stop your whining.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Exit.
Play action. Now it's Allen. It's complete right side to Benjamin. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58, boys, 58, Mike. 3,
Hey, Delta.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. No chance, go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Black 22.
Here we go. Check.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming.
Jameis to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Bucs on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st down, Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen looking deep down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3. Flip it, flip it, flip it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch your leg.
Winston. Looking for the end zone. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The Falcons take over.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And Gary's man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. Here's Allen. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Banks. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ready? Flag, what is that?
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Mike 57. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
On 2nd down, Teague. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 32-yard line.
And a Buccaneer first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 43.
Green, triple C. Ready to go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
65. Wait. Watch the shift. 81. 57's right. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They run the counter. Teague. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd down now, Teague. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Now Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Alert!
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Allen now a desperation throw deep, and it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Ready? White 25. You go night-night. Time to go night-night. Boys, hot.
And they take a knee.
Winston on the keeper.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Bucs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.